Hello, everybody. It's another week, another XGR, the X Pound Gaming Radio. And so, as we normally do, we will start off with some news, what's happened in the game world over the previous week, and then catch up where we talk about up to 2 games that we played the previous week, so you can get some good, impressions and catch up with what we are doing in said games, especially if they span multiple weeks. And then we will end on our discussion topic, which is holiday recommendations. And so, okay, I don't know what happened. But anyway, so
Why? What happened?
I don't know. There's just text in the Skype thing.
Oh,
I'm just breaking the fourth wall. But so excuse me. Joining me as usual is Chriz, aka the Mole.
and hello. Pleasure to be here, Richter.
Oh, thank you. And Anastasia
I think you're like lounging in an armchair or something in an office.
with a pipe.
Hey, I'm trying to keep Richter's talk shows professional. That's why I'm even wearing my sweater vest, holding my coffee cup. Let's do this, Rick. I'm Team Ham.
And Stacy, if I did not, I think I introduced you, but I don't remember now. So
It doesn't matter.
no.
No, you did not introduce her.
Oh, okay. And Anastasia Lazybeam. Somewhere in there.
Pew pew.
It's so
What?
real.
Like pew pew, like totally, like literally, like sort of, kind of, totally pew pew.
She's fresh off her privileged white hipster day sales.
Yeah.
Now I'm making it Goofle Hangouts canon because I
You
love
are.
that description. Those would be some good sales. That's all I'm saying. Corvette for $36. But anyway, so
Oh
we will start
no,
off.
it's on sale, but it's not organic.
Yeah. Pre-faded, I guess.
Yeah, you're trampling my new jeans. Unlike the normal one where it's like, no, you're trampling my new jeans. With hipsters, it's, yeah, you're trampling my new jeans. They look worn.
I never understood that you buy something that looks worn. Anyway, so we will start off with the news. So take it away with your first news, Mole.
Has Pew Pew returned?
I don't know. I was gonna save her till last because I wasn't sure.
Because in the Skype thing, she did respond, what happened? Okay, my first bit of news, my mini news. I'll go with this one. Or for news 1, as we started last week. News 1. Bloodsport is the perfect name for an ambitious piece of technology. A rig that will link medical hardware to a video game and take some of your blood whenever you're hit. All for a good cause. All for a good cause. Despite hospitals and emergency services the world over needing fresh blood every day for transfusions, there are never enough people willing to donate the stuff. Bloodsport is looking to make the act a little bit more lucrative, linking charitable aspect, the losing blood part, to some fun, the video game part. It's really simple. The electronic signal from the controller's rumble is linked to a fairly standard blood collection system. Every time the controller rumbles, some blood is taken from you. While this might mean it takes a little longer, depending on how good you are at avoiding danger, to donate blood, it still looks pretty cool, and it's available on. They're doing it on Kickstarter to try and get this through.
When I first heard about that, I thought it was a joke. Like, oh, now in real life, you'll lose blood when you're shot in a game.
Yeah. I loved one of the comments that someone made in it where they were like, if someone doing this played Dark Souls for like just 5 hours, you'd have enough blood transfusions for the entire year, or the next 25 years, or something like that. It's like, that's kind of funny.
Also, if it's linked to the Rumble, I'd hate to have a cutscene where it's like, oh no, there's an earthquake, and you just turn pale and fall over.
Yep. Or one of those games where you have the rumble has to detect stuff. So it's like, wait, I'm losing
Oh,
blood for
jeez.
doing my mission? No! God help us if we ever get a Michael J. Fox simulator. But we lost Pew Pew altogether, apparently.
No. Okay, well, um, we can go through both our newses and then hopefully she'll be back with him. But my first. Oh. Oops. My first news. I thought this was really funny, but there was a local tournament for Super Smash Brothers, and one of the entrants was an Amiibo. Someone's entered their Amiibo in there, and it got third place, I believe, overall. It like actually knocked someone out of the tournament. And it should be
Ah.
noted that even though you're like, wow, you got beat by the computer, as far as I've read, excuse me, when an amiibo is playing, it actually gets a defense and attack boost to compensate for being an AI. So like I actually could see that, even if you're like okay at the game, it could easily beat you because it would be buffed. And I just
Yeah.
thought it was funny though that an inanimate object technically got like third place.
Yeah, apparently it gets buffs and stuff like that, but it also trains and becomes better and better depending on how much you've trained that thing. And then, as well as that, if you use it on someone else's system, it gets a boost to all of its stats overall as well. So all of those combinations, yeah, I could see it basically just going in there and dominating.
Yeah, I just thought that just made me laugh when I saw that. And it was, well, veteran Smash players might laugh that it was the Fox amiibo, so of course it was Fox. He's probably shiny and wave dashing and whatnot. I swear the actual amiibo of Fox looks like he's wave dashing. Anyway.
As long as he's not peeing on people.
No, that's Link.
Yeah, that's like.
I actually got to see those in stores today. Like, when I was in the store, I saw him, and the Samus is so small and so cute, and I wanted to get it.
I saw one today. My brother picked up a Pikachu.
Nice. Yeah, actually, I think I saw all of Wave 1, but...
My one's not.
Oh, no. I didn't see Marth. I think he's Wave 1.
My Amiibo's not out yet.
Hmm?
My Amiibo's not out yet.
Oh, Luigi?
Yeah, like I said, I purchased him just to get the free hat, but he's not out yet. I may pick up another one tomorrow or something.
Well, I know you're waiting for... Are you going to get the Sonic one? I feel like you are. But...
What?
I don't want to...
Why would I get Sonic the Hedgehog Amiibo? That'd be like you getting a Mega Man one. It'd be pointless.
I don't... Well, I don't want to Marcus it and be like, I know you're getting that, and you're like, no, I'm not getting that, so...
Oh, I'm gonna prove you wrong. Just for that, I'm gonna go and get the Wii Fit Trainer one. That'll show you.
I'll make you fit into a coffin, or whatever the motivational poster was for her.
Yeah. I'm hoping Luigi gets Death Stars as a Smash. But no, I will probably get a Sonic. When I'm out tomorrow, because I'm going out tomorrow because my money will be on and stuff to go Christmas shopping and shit. I might pick up another Amiibo. I'm thinking if he's out, Toon Link. But I don't think he is.
I believe he's Wave 3.
I may pick up Link just because I can also use it in Hyrule.
There you go.
Or Mario. Just because I know for a fact I'm buying Mario Party and I love Mario games, so I can guarantee I'll be using him in a lot of games.
Yeah. I think the Link one is the one that unlocks the weapon in Hyrule, correct?
It is. The spin top one.
Can you hear me?
No.
Hey, there we go.
Hey, I could hear you guys. I don't think you guys could hear me before.
Yeah. But as we said, that concludes catch-up, so on to the discussion.
Wait, what?
We're kidding. We need both your newsies, I think.
Alright.
Well, yeah, we just did one of ours each, so...
Okay, I'll do, smaller one. Okay, Nintendo Amiibo figure somehow opens up a subway gate. Because of the near-field communications, with how the Amiibos work, put them on the Wii U pad, they can work with some of the ticket subway vendors there. So you just put in your Amiibo in there, and they have the Samus one with the video. They said they're trying to patch it, so it doesn't do that.
I thought it may have been a feature because Link's famous for unlocking doors to dungeons, and that's what a subway is. Really, it's just a modern world dungeon.
Yeah. I was thinking you can go in as Link can go to people's house and steal their shit. So.
Since it's a subway, you need to dress up as Link. And by subway, I assume you mean the train transport, not the delicious, eat fresh sandwich convenient shop located at multiple locations. Available if you go on Twitter. You can follow them at Subway or on their webpage, www.subway.com. Available now, and luckily, unlike other food sponsors, they don't force people on YouTube to talk about them in depth, which they could easily do with the fresh ingredients and delicious meaty taste. But no, you need to dress up as Link with a little fake sword, open up the subway, and just go through there and go, and start attacking people with your sword.
There you go. Don't get me arrested.
I think my favorite comment I saw for that was someone's like, "Oh, so it's a Metroid figure," and I'm like, "Ah."
I see what they did there.
Yeah. So I was like, "Clever girl."
It's the zero fee Samus.
Zero fee Samus. Oh, that was good too.
But seriously, eat fresh.
So this particular one with the sand, what happened in Moscow? So.
And I will say, I'm just slightly taking the piss with that because obviously I'm not sponsored by Subway. I do like Subway, but I was just mainly taking the piss because apparently, and this is a small extra news I don't think anyone's taking, they're cutting down on people on YouTube with video games, advertising them as real products.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you've seen that or not.
No, I haven't.
Apparently, basically, the Trade Standards Act, and it's not just video games, that's why the only reason I didn't take it, is cutting down on YouTube of people advertising stuff when they've been clearly paid, it's clearly an advert, but they don't mark it as such so people believe it's real. They're saying, no, you have to go by the same rules as they do on TV, which I actually approve of.
Yeah.
Because it means people who advertise but are claiming it's a real video despite it being an advert, they're going to get their shit taken down. Or their shit at least fined, because they're making as much money off it as a big corporation would from just showing it in the middle of a Will and Grace rerun. It's weird, that was the first TV show I could think of.
Wouldn't have been my first choice, but I respect the decision.
Oh, so now you're anti-homosexuals. That's the only
like whatever you want
like Grace first. It's the only logical reason. No.
That must be it.
Or it could be that it's been off the air for so long. I just couldn't think of anything. But sometimes that's the best, you just can't think of something, and then the one that does, you're like, where the fuck was that the one?
Yeah. Like TV show, and you're just like, Mork and Mindy, and people are like, what? And you're like, I don't know.
That's really old.
I know.
Now I am judging you.
Yeah, well, I'm used to that.
How old is that show? I mean, come on, surely. How old is that show? It's so old. I think wouldn't some of the actors be dead by now?
And if not, I'm pretty sure they'd off themselves.
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
Nanu.
Oh my god.
We here at the X Pound do not condone
Well,
the thoughts and opinions of Anastasia lazerbeam.
Oh, fuck off.
I'm kidding, but second news.
All right, so for my second news, Vita, huh?
Nothing. I said, I thought we were about to get round table. I was like, yeah, second news. Just about to read it, and the next like, yeah, second news. And that's what I was saying. Damn you! I'm kidding. Go. You go.
All right. So the Vita upgrade of Hyperdimension Neptunia Mark II, which is Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 2, has a release date now. So for the North America in physical and digital is January 27th, and it is available for download in Europe on January 28th and in stores in Europe on January 30th. And it's apparently also compatible with the PlayStation TV, so that's pretty cool. It's one I've been looking forward to.
PlayStation TV.
Oh, I am looking forward to that. I do want one of those. Just because I don't even know why. I can't even justify it, but I think it's cool.
I assumed you'd want one so you could. Well, I'm not sure if the PS3 does this, but I assume you could stream your Vita games to the TV while playing them on your Vita.
Kind of. Unfortunately, the PlayStation TV also has the protected HDMI, but
Oh, I
there's
didn't mean the HDMI. I meant stream it from your Vita to the PlayStation TV to your TV. So, like, let's say you got a tiny screen when you're playing Monster Hunter or Final Fantasy, or I should have paid more attention to some of the games you play. Barbie horse racing, that one.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm all about the Barbie horse racing up in here. But no, one of the games you play, like that game you just mentioned, Dan, when you hook it,
whatever.
yeah, when you hook, I couldn't remember the full title, but when you hook up, when you play on that, the PlayStation TV can do the second screen share thing, like the PS3 to the Vita. So I assume that one can do it from the Vita to the PlayStation TV. Because it's basically the same thing, so it'd be like, okay, now you can play on the TV and it'll look a little better. Or a little worse, depending.
Yeah. I more want one to be able to actually stream and or record it.
That would help as well. I'm
Yeah.
surprised it has the protective HDMI cable, because didn't they get rid of that on the PS4?
You can turn it off on the PS4, but and then and it's fine as long as you don't try to run something that requires it. So that's why I don't watch the WWE Network on there, because like I downloaded it, I booted up, and it's like, hey, you need to turn on your protected, and I was like, yeah, okay, PlayStation button, exit application. Nope, we're not doing that.
That's the exact same reason I don't watch the WWE Network.
That must be.
Me too, but there's so many reasons why I don't watch it.
Number one, you have no eyes.
How did you know? My
Because I've
secret's
seen how you dress. Someone with eyes would not have picked out that outfit. But no, that does sound cool. Your news did sound cool. Like I said, I'm looking forward to the PlayStation TV as well, which could be cool. And it's cool to have an extra game compatible, because one thing I'm going to say negatively about the PlayStation TV, a load of the exclusives I was interested in, Little Big Planet Vita, and, well, that was basically not compatible with the touchscreen, but some of the other big hitters, like I think one of the Uncharted's and stuff, they all, because they were made by Sony, show off the features of the Vita by touchscreen and stuff, and as a result, the console can't do it. So it's like, it's a Vita without its best games.
Yeah.
And yet it will probably sell more, which will make me sad. Oh, sorry, you're the sad gamer. It'll make me depressed. I'll be the depressed gamer.
It might sell enough that Sony remembers it exists. Oh well.
Yeah, and then they just make out. We've launched a whole new series of PlayStation TV games, and there's Richter. You bastards.
Well played, Sony.
Yeah, well played. Or as Stacy would say, well met.
Well met.
Yeah. But no, my second news is 2 additional pieces of DLC for LEGO Batman 3 Beyond Gotham have been announced. Both arriving in 2015, early. Check it out, Rick and Stace. First up, we have the Bizarro World Pack. which will form the fourth installation of the game's ongoing 6-part DLC season pass. To save Bizarro's home planet from evil, players will join the ranks of the Bizarro League. If you don't know, the Bizarro League was formed by Bizarro attempted to clone the Justice League using an unfinished duplicate array, which he stole from Lex Luthor. It says here, new minifigs include Bizarro cloned Superman and Bizarra cloned Wonder Woman. Which I was so happy they did that, because the film that comes out next year is Lego DC superheroes versus the Bizarro League. So I'm like, it's kind of tying into that. I kind of like that. The second batch of DLC will be free to download and will concentrate only on female characters from the DC universe, which is awesome. Both superheroes and villainesses, featuring characters of Raven and Starfire, which are the two have been announced so far, with more to be announced later. So, yay. So over to What's-Her-Face.
All right. Super Mario 3D Land. Super Mario 3D Land. It'll be on sale for $15 on Amazon. Woo!
Woo! I like that game.
It's a really good game. I bought it when it was full price, but even if you haven't already, got it, it's $15 on Amazon. This week. So
I bought it when it was first released, when it came over here with a collectible 3DS, and I was like, yay! So I bought both together. I don't have either anymore. I traded them both in, but I completed 3D Land. That's why I was glad 3D World was similar. So if you played 3D World on the Wii U, because we all know the Wii U is the fastest selling console in history, people.
Yeah.
You need to go out and purchase 3D Land. Or, buy 3D Land if you got a 3DS.
Yeah, $15. There you go. Yay!
Poor Wii U. You become the Vita with the consoles. Only with good first-party support.
With only first-party support.
They have a Rabbids game.
It's true. Don't the other ones now too?
Which is yes.
The downloadable.
Yeah, the TV episodes the TV Rabbids are coming on PS4, Xbox One, and for Xbox 360. Totally want a camera to get them. Fucking love Rabbids. And also Monopoly World, or Monopoly whatever the hell it's called, on PS4 and Xbox One also has a Rabbids 3 DLC table. I'm just salivating over. It's like when Stacy sees Jim, it's like, want me some of that.
That is how she talks.
I totally sort of kind of totally, not actually but literally want his babies. But no, I believe we're on to the next news.
Yes, it is.
And I believe it's a quiet one over there. Pew! Pew!
I thought hers was the price drop or the sale for Mario.
Oh yeah, that might have been the second one. I don't know. She's become really quiet though. Is she still there? Okay then.
All right.
Catch up.
So on to catch up with up to 2 of the games that we played this week. So why don't you take it away, Mo, with yours?
And I think we have. Okay. She's back. First game I played this week is I'm gonna go with Dragon Age Inquisition.
Yay!
Which if you like the Dragon Age series, avoid. It's not Dragon Age. It's basically not. It's not even Skyrim. It's the game before Skyrim, Oblivion, repackaged and sold to idiots that don't know what Oblivion is. That's all this is. The characters are completely forgettable and crap. the story is almost non-existent, and the fact every time you take a step, it's like step 10 side quests, step 10 more side quests are opened up. It's like, I have no problem with side quests. It's just I don't want so many side quests that they then suddenly obscure the actual mission. Like, I've had it a few times where the actual mission has been on the map, Rick,
Mm-hmm.
and then so many side quests have opened up, all with the same icon as the actual story mission, that you can't tell where the fuck you're supposed to go.
Wow.
It's bad.
Did
But
you get physical or digital for that?
I got digital.
Mm.
Oh no, I got physical.
Oh.
Sorry, I've bought a few recently, digital and physical. I got that one physical. That will probably be traded in after I complete it. But a good game with but I have played a good game with Dragon Age Inquisition and stuff in it, and that's Little Big Planet 3. Because for downloading the digital version, I did get the Dragon Age Inquisition costumes, which look awesome. The game's great. I had some problem playing multiplayer with Pew Pew, but we weren't sure if that was lag or game design or what. So we don't know what the hell's going on there, so I'm not going to write it off with that. But it's awesome. I love Little Big Planet 3, and with that and Dragon Age, I will be reviewing them in the future, so not going to go into too much details. So, pew!
All right. So, do you
We
want to
still
go
have you?
next, Daisy? If you're there.
Beulah. Should we lose her again?
I'm going to assume so. Her connection is not playing well with others, apparently.
Nope. I'll assume it was lag because it was today.
Mm.
Okay, did you want to go with your
Okay,
catch-up?
yeah, I'll do mine. Okay, so first up, game I played on a PS4 called Rollers of the Realm. It's a hybrid pinball game RPG. We've mentioned it before. Looked pretty cool, and after playing Puzzle Quest, that's what it's called. Where it was like Bejeweled plus RPG. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'd totally like to try a pinball RPG, and it's not really good in my opinion. I don't think it's that fun. It goes okay when it's going, but if you've ever played a video game pinball, with how, at least for me, I always think that the physics in them are like just off. Like it never feels like a real pinball game.
I completely agree, unless it's Zen Pinball.
Oh, is Zen pinball really good?
Zen Pinball is fucking perfect with how they've done the tables, but it's the only company that's got it right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is that the only company that's done it? Literally, that's why they've managed to do Star Wars Pinball, Marvel Pinball, and all this just using the Zen Pinball engine.
Mm.
You should try. You should try one because I think some of them may be free, or at least it was at one point.
I believe they're actually on the PC ones are on the Humble Bundle for like a couple of the tables for like $1 basically.
Isn't Humble Bundle the nickname your wife uses for you for sweet talk? Like, come here, my little Humble Bundle.
No, but that's funny.
No, but it will be if she hears this.
Yes. But yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, okay, because basically you have to, usually it's like collect coins or probably kill enemies because your ball, there are different ball types which represent a character. So like the one you start with is a rogue, so it's like a medium-sized ball kind of, but it does more damage if it hits the enemies from behind, like backstab, rogue stuff. And then you also get a knight, and it's like a bigger, heavier ball, so it's easier for breaking through things and stuff. But the problem is sometimes like the enemies are like close enough because it's still a screen. Actual pinball, the table goes pretty far into the distance, so you have some time to react. But this one, it's a TV aspect ratio, so sometimes it feels a little squished. But so like the enemies will be close enough that like you hit the ball and like the knight's a big heavy ball, and it'll hit them, and they'll like hit it back, and it'll go like really like it'll go faster, and then it'll just drop down the middle, and you're like, oh, okay, cool, because it feels like you don't have enough time to react because they're so close to the flipper.
I could see
And
that.
you also there's like treasure on most of the maps that you have to get a key and then go hit the chest, and then you get like a piece of equipment, and which is fine. I think it equips everything you have because there's no like option to equip. There's just stuff, and if you go to the store where like you can buy different things for your people, you just buy it. Like even though there's like 2 different daggers, I don't know if they replace them or whatever, and it doesn't explain what any of the stats do. So there's like agility. I don't know what that does. Like it's a pinball. It doesn't have arms or anything, and like damage makes sense, but like I don't know what agility. Like I don't know. There's just all this stuff, and I'm like they don't explain any of this, and there's no like, so, you can't like highlight it and have you tell you. Or, like maybe the Vita version because I think it's cross-buy. Maybe you're allowed to tap it, and I can't even actually. I would hate trying to read those because the text is still pretty small on the PS4. I imagine the Vita might be even harder, but it's.
Well, imagine streaming it to the Vita TV, to your TV, and having the best of both.
Oh wow. I think what I need to do is next time I play that, which will be in probably a few days, I should probably stream that since it's on the PS4.
Nice.
So everyone can see it. But I was just not liking it. I mean, I got a review copy, so I'm gonna put more time into it because I at least want to give it a fair chance. But it's not super fun.
That's a shame because when it got announced, I was really looking forward to that. I didn't buy it when it first came out, but I was looking forward to it because I was like, that looks kind of cool.
Yeah, it did look pretty cool. It's just at least for me, it didn't turn out. I know I read one person's impression and they like loved it, and I was like, oh wow, okay, it's like the opposite of mine. But speaking of the opposite, the other game I played this week was Project Spark on the Xbox One. And that game is fantastic. I am loving that game. And I can call it a game because you can actually play it. It's not just making stuff.
Oh, I thought it was a game. I thought it was a game sort of like Little Big Planet was, where you can create stuff and play through it.
Yeah, it's like a third-person action adventure, Little Big Planet. So you can do platforming. But what's kind of cool is basically when you start, there's 3 different sections. There's create, play, and then like there's a store where you can buy stuff. And we'll just start with play really quick. But when you do play, there's a thing called Crossroads, where basically you play the game. Huh? Yeah. But it'll like ask you choices. So when you first start up, it says, "Hey, do you want like and it'll draw from stuff you own, but so it'll be like, hey, do you want like mountain area? Do you want a forest, or do you want like rivers or whatever? And then you pick one, and it'll create the land, and it's like, hey, what kind of what is the town trying to protect? And you make these just different choices. So like each time it can be a different game. Plus it randomly generates the terrain, so it's literally, like you don't ever play the same one twice. But like you pick what's like the little central focus, like a well or a magic tree or something, and then you go down, and then like bandits attack it, and this part's the same every time. And then like you basically place the area where the bandits come from, where you go to get the magical item that'll fix whatever it is, and you pick what the magical item is. And there's like a couple buildings there that you can pick what goes there from like a couple predetermined ones. And it's cool because like the DLC you buy or any of the stuff, I guess it's DLC. We call it DLC now, but it's like microtransaction stuff. But like let's say if you buy the set with the like the Yeti, like you can pick him as the boss you fight at the end, So like actually the more stuff you unlock in it, the more it'll expand even the little tiny game you can play. And it's kind of neat just for even just playing it, because you get that like little bite-sized adventures, and you get different heroes that they keep their level and stuff throughout the ones, and leveling them up will unlock their pieces.
I will say that game, I loved looking at that game when they first announced it for E3. I was also disappointed by the fact some people wrote it off as a Little Big Planet clone, and it's like, it's not the same thing. Okay, you can create, play, and share, but how you play, create, and share is different. I'd be like saying Little Big Planet's a clone of Lemmings or Worms when they used to have a level builder and stuff. It's like, it's not. it may have popularized the play, share, create stuff in recent generations, but it's a completely different game. And I also got annoyed by how many times whenever I watched the other stuff with the Xbox One, that was very rarely mentioned, and I'm like, that was the one I was looking forward to. Don't bury it.
Yeah, like that. Well, when they just before it came out, they're like, "Oh yeah, that's coming out soon." I'm like, "Oh, it is?" Because yeah, there was very little on it, and there was the beta, which I got to participate in for like a day, just because my laptop died after. Like, I got it, and then a few days later is when my laptop died. So, but I did get credit for playing it, which gave me some stuff when I started the real game. But I would really recommend it. I think it's actually really fun, and with just the free to play thing, you get 2 heroes. You still get lots of options for the Crossroads thing, and you can earn in-game money that you can buy a lot of the DLC for.
Can you?
Yes.
Isn't that? I mean, I don't know exactly, but and I know you wouldn't be able to try this yet, but isn't that also from the trailers and stuff? Doesn't it also have voice commands too? So you could even create them from just sat there saying, "Okay, trees,"
Oh.
and stuff like that. 'Cause I
So.
think it did with the Kinect. I wasn't entirely sure.
I wish I could try this, but when you're making this stuff, there's actually a gesture creator. Like you can create like an animation, I think, that they follow. It'll like, I assume, map the skeleton, but you need the Kinect for that. And I was like, oh, I actually want one now because I want to make little gestures.
Oh, that's weird. That guy over there, he slowly started to walk when he sort of started to hop around like he was barefoot in his living room and stepped on one of his children's Lego. Oh, and now he's shaking his fist and where they're all looking down like there should be a child there. What's going on here?
Strangling the air.
Yeah, he's strangling the air. Oh, he's taking his belt off. He's whipping that rock.
Yeah, I mean, no. But also, with the free thing, as far as I understand, you're not, you can play any of the community games that people have created. So if someone, like, let's say, has the packet with the zombies, you can actually play that one. You don't need to own the thing to make zombies to play it. And actually, I think one of my favorite features, at least for the marketplace items, like stuff you can buy, is actually they have little showcases. So like they have made a specific little area that shows the stuff in it.
They let me in on my phone.
Oh, hey.
All right, she got in.
Darn, I mean, no. But so, like, it's like you can buy. Oh, look, you can buy these like this set has like this character model and like weapons or whatever. You can go and pick up the weapons. So you can like play around with them, and like the different things. So like the one of the things you can buy is a little like it's like a box with a fan in it. And they have 2 there, one that like will push you back and one that if you jump it'll like push you up, and you're like, so you kind of get some ideas of what to do with it. Plus when they list them on the marketplace, it tells you like, oh, you can use this in the Crossroads game or like other stuff, and then they give you a couple ideas of like what to do. So it's like, oh, look, here's a rock that's really pointy basically, and it's like, oh, well, if you can put it around, or you can make it like if you're making a giant monster, you can put it as its teeth. Or in the game, you can have them on the top of a cave, and when the player runs by, it'll like drop on them like a trap. And I'm like, oh, it's kind of cool. So they give you a couple ideas of like, so if you're sitting there like you see a box and you're like, what would I do with that? And they give you a couple suggestions. So you're like, oh, I could see how I could do that. So I think it's
you think outside the box.
Oh, yes. But I think that game's really cool. And so if you have an Xbox One or a Windows 8.1. Computer that can probably run it, I would recommend.
Isn't it on
at least
PS? Isn't it on 360 too? Sorry. I think they had a 360 version.
There's supposed to be. I didn't actually see if there was one. If so, then yeah, I would definitely.
I don't wish a Windows 8 on anybody.
I don't either, but if you have it, you might as well make the best of it. And it's free, and you can try it. And basically.
To be fair, if someone has Windows 8, they have let them upgrade to Windows 10 for free. So there stands to reason they could have had 10 and then played it.
Is there Windows 10?
Apparently there is going to be a Windows 10.
Okay.
Because 9 doesn't exist.
The odd numbers worked out well, so...
No, I made the joke of they can't count. Microsoft can't count, but but according to Jim, they put so much stuff. They reckon they put so much stuff in it that it warrants skipping a 9 because it's like two iOS's better, and I'm like, that's not really how it works though.
Isn't Mario Kart 8 like the 10th one or something?
No, maybe.
Don't think so.
Oh.
I think it's the 8th one.
I think it's the 8th one out the main ones because I don't think they counted the Game Boy ones.
Hmm.
But wait, like, how do they count the Game Boy one? Because the last one was a Game Boy one, or a 3DS one at least.
No,
And
the 3DS one they would count, but I don't think they'd count the Game Boy one, which was just the SNES one repackaged for Game Boy Advanced.
oh, okay. I see.
Okay, so on to Stacy with your catch-up.
I played Dragon Age, Inquisition, and Super Smash Brothers. And Dragon Age Inquisition is really fun, but there's like a fuck ton of side quests, and I personally like doing them all because they're busy work and it gives me an excuse to like walk around while waiting for the people to do their conversations. So I don't mind that. But like I don't like the beginning. The beginning sucks. Like, because I don't like Cassandra, and Barrick's cool, but Solus is cool, but he grows on you. He originally looks scary and douchebaggy, but he actually gets better. And the companions you have in the second act are just so much better. And the second act, and that's what I'm calling it because there's no, like, without, like, a spoiler way of saying it, even though there's not official acts, I'm calling it the second act. Because, yeah. The companions are so much better. Like, you get Iron Bull, like, Ray Prince Jr., he's awesome. You get friggin' Dorian, he's cool. You get Sarah, although she could be in the first act. Although if you're retarded like me, you didn't figure out about the search button, then you don't get.
She was like one of the first things I did. I found her really soon, and yeah, her personality was grating. I did not like her personality.
I like Vivian, but I love her in the way that like Garfield loves Normal. You know, he loves to hate her, and that's how I like Vivian. Because I love putting her with, like, Solus or, like, Dorian, and then they'd be like, me, circle. And he's like, me, not circle. You know what I mean? You know, and, like, and it's just so fun to hear that.
And I'm going to say, just to go on what we previously discussed, Rick, the 360 version seems to almost have been cancelled of Project Spark, sadly.
Ah, okay.
However, fun fact I just found out. The video for Linkin Park's Guilty All the Same was made using only Project Spark.
Oh, nice.
And is available using the community page.
That's cool. Okay, for Super Smash Brothers, I played a lot on my parents' one, which means I unlocked Wario on my parents' one. I played on mine. I made a Mii. I made a Mii of my parents and my sister. I don't know why, but it was fun.
So you could hit them?
Yeah, pretty much. Because my sister was feeling sick, so I made one of her, and then I made one of my mom, and I had the two SCPUs fight each other.
Where's my Mii Amiibo?
You want one just painted to look like Mole?
I want a custom Amiibo thing. I know they won't do it, but that'd be cool if you could send in what your Mii looks like and they made an Amiibo based on that.
Well, I saw someone take the villager one and throw a tiny bit of red paint on the villager, you know, and on the axe, so it looks pretty fucking awesome. That looked really cool.
You sometimes get people do that with toys and figures. Like, I saw someone take, what the hell was it? I think it was one of the Power Ranger Megazords, and the Megazord looked Then the person took it, just replaced a couple of the arms or bits with Transformer pieces, then repainted it all. It looked 50 million fucking times better than what they released. And I'm like, how can people who aren't paid to do this make it better than what the people who are paid to release this do?
Yeah, the only thing is,
It's like Richter painted one himself recently. He said he didn't like the yellow stream that was randomly coming out at the bottom of Link, so to make it a more neutral colour, he painted it brown. And then put 2 little Zeldas at the bottom in a cup.
One Zelda, one Peach.
Although, be honest, Rick, because I've seen people do this with action figures and stuff, because they are kind of safe. Are you tempted to ever buy an Amiibo of someone your son likes just to put it on a cake that you make to make a custom birthday cake?
Not with an Amiibo, but I have actually done stuff like that.
Yeah, I've seen people do that with the figures and stuff, and it works. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, it does.
And I was thinking with the Amiibos, that'd be great, just put an Amiibo on there. Ba-dum.
Yeah, unfortunately, the Amiibo that I want isn't come out until February.
Ah.
I know. I'm thinking about getting the Villager one just so I can have one sooner.
I'm surprised you didn't get Luigi. He comes out in December. I thought you liked Luigi.
I like Luigi, but I want someone like if you level them up, they're gonna be super friggin' awesome. So I'm thinking, who would I want to be super amazingly awesome? Because I like Derpy Luigi.
Luigi should be super awesome. Oh my god, like all of his everything when he does like the death. Oh my god, the Death Star. Oh god, like, great
Really?
videos that are going around on the internet right now. Oh.
You know who I really, really want a freaking Amiibo of, but they don't have? Fucking
Reggie.
Captain Olimar. Captain Olimar Amiibo. I want a level 100 Captain Olimar Amiibo. Think about it. When one pigment just freaking punches you and then boom, you die.
I want to get a Zero Suit Samus and a regular Samus and level them both up equally and see what happens when they go against each other.
There you go.
Or I might get a Sonic one and then buy another Sonic one and just paint it black and say it's my Shadow Amiibo, and every time under the colour options when you pick the character, go black. Fuck it, it's Shadow. Tastes the same.
There you go. But it's been really fun. I had fun beating Marcus Shadow. That was cool.
Yeah.
Of course, it was all the game control's fault, he says. So that doesn't count.
Who was he, dare I ask?
He was Link, and then he was Samus, and then he was Captain Falcon, and then he was me a few times.
Oh, wow.
So it was all the control's fault. All those characters are broken, apparently.
We said something about that he was liking Little Mac, I thought, so I thought he might have picked
Oh yeah, he tried Little Mac, but he's like, that's not fair, I can't
He hates Little Mac because Little Mac keeps speeding and constantly dashing,
Yeah.
which, can I just point out the slight irony behind that in itself? Isn't Little Mac in his game famous for just standing still and dodging and then hitting? No movement. So why is he not the fastest fucking speedy running around guy? What?
I don't know. But yeah, so all those characters apparently are broken according to Mark Shadow. I personally found them all great and have their own pluses and minuses, but yeah.
Cool. So, on to our topic.
Woo!
Oh, hot topic.
Don't jinx it.
Hot topic. Holiday recommendations.
Well, I recommend personally getting drunk and avoiding your family at all costs.
Sounds perfect.
All right, so thanks for joining us.
Unless you're Anastasia lazerbeam, then kill yourself.
Oh, thanks.
Hang yourself with tinsel so you ruin your family's Christmas.
Wow. Well, I just cut myself over the Christmas tree and paint it red.
Or that will really improve their Christmas.
Wow.
Every year they'll just come and get your corpse out from the attic and hang it back up.
God. What are they freaking people from, like, was it Chainsaw Massacre 2?
Ah, she's starting to decay around the face. Quick, get me the ham. Okay, they put the ham on and they just spray painted skin color. Okay, we're good to go.
Oh my god, face is made out of ham.
Oh look, the birds are packing Pew Pew's face again. Must be 2 weeks of winter.
Why the Christmas tree outside all of a sudden? The point you supposed to put it inside.
I didn't say Christmas tree, it's just where you hung yourself. People hang tinsel all around their house and shit.
Oh, gee, thanks. Anyway, discussion topic.
Although if you have a better suggestion on how she should kill herself, please leave a comment below. But remember, it should be Christmas themed or holiday themed. I mean, if you're Jewish, you can make an elaborate one where she bleeds out for 8 days.
Or you can have hit a mole in the face in the conservatory with the menorah.
Yeah. No, but I would say for holiday recommendations, the first one I'm going to throw out there, and we can't discuss it too much because of review purposes, but I'm going to say Little Big Planet. There's a lot of content there, and I've been playing the crap out of that since midnight yesterday when it launched. Midnight today, technically, or yesterday, technically, when it launched. I was just playing the crap out of it. It's got all the community content from 1 and 2, so you can replay through stuff like the levels. People made a classic Link and stuff. It's got loads of just creativity, fun. There's loads of DLC packs. Like if your kid likes like Spider-Man, there's a Spider-Man costume you can get. If you like Batman, there's a Batman one. There's Muppets and stuff. So kids would love it, but family will love it as well. Like as an adult, I personally loved in the first level, Rick. There's an actor called Marlon Random. Thank you. Also, the music is beyond awesome. Like, there's a level where you have to go and make a milkshake, you know, in like a 50s diner.
Right.
And it starts to play music like Mr. Summer, give me a dream. And it sounds all 50s. And like, there's one where you're in space and the music's good. So there's stuff adults can appreciate. There's stuff kids can appreciate. There's stuff that people from over here can appreciate, like Hugh Laurie and Stephen Fry in a video game together. That just brings tears to my eyes right there.
It's pretty wonderful.
You didn't know they teamed up.
I know, but now that I know, and I hear them together, it's good.
Yeah. But, and there's also like Alice in Wonderland packs, Nightmare Before. If you buy it for Christmas, there's even a Nightmare Before Christmas level, which I am aware not everyone likes Nightmare Before Christmas. Just throwing out that because I know Richter doesn't like it. But for people that do like it, there's a level for it, and there's costumes, which is cool. There's even, like, as much as I don't like it, you can go and get, like, an Uncharted costume and stuff. I just wish my 2000 AD Judge Dredd costume was available on the PS4 version. But they have said by December 16th, they're hoping to get everything up and working properly. Like the Toy Story level, which isn't actually operational right now and stuff. So that could be cool. That's Little Big Planet 3 on PS4, but they'll also believe it's on PS3, but why would you be getting on that? Get it on PS4.
Yeah, if you have the 4, get it on the 4.
Yeah. If you have a 3, buy a 4.
Wait a second.
If you have a 3, buy a 4. That'll be my other recommendation. A 4. How about you? How about you guys?
I recommend Super Smash Brothers.
Cool.
That is a really fun game, and I haven't had any problems with the multiplayer on there. So that's also
that does seem pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is one particular one that Nintendo hasn't like gimped with online.
Yeah, which people always make the joke that Nintendo has no online. I played online on Smash Brothers with Anastasia Lazerbeam, connected straight away, no problems, and had fun.
Yeah. And so it's really great, and there's lots of stuff to unlock, and like other games, you can just buy this one, and then you don't really need to spend like a significant amount of other money to enjoy it. I mean, you can buy the Amiibos for like 10, 15 bucks, but you can also not and still have as much fun with it.
You don't have to buy extra stuff to have fun with it? Are you sure that's a video game?
Yeah, where's my DLC if it's on the disc?
Yeah, where's my extra colors?
But I am partly kidding with that, but it is also worth noting that we still don't know yet, even though they've said they plan to have, Nintendo said they don't plan to have any DLC that's paid for, that they haven't announced. they have announced Mewtwo, and no one knows if we're going to have to pay for him or if he's going to be available later, or whether or not you only have to, or whether or not you have to buy another system and another game in order to get him.
Well, right now he's free DLC if you have both versions.
Yeah, and if you don't, people don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, if someone's bought both versions, I don't see too much a problem having just an extra something there for them. It would be cool to have him, but I'm not going to scream, "You've screwed us" or anything like that, because they bought 2 versions. They've paid a lot more. Let them have more content. I see no real problem with it. As long as it is available later on to purchase or something for people, then who cares?
And also, you can play your Mii's online, so that was fun.
But
Me
with friends, I believe.
What? Yeah, just with friends. But yeah, like I think you were the vampire and I was the pirate. We went up against each other.
I was me with a ninja bandana on, just because I like my bandanas, as you know, Rick.
Mm-hmm.
And I only had 3 outfits. One was normal, which looked boring. One was was like training gear, like I'm about to work out and refit. I'm a fat guy that goes against my very core beliefs. So, the other one was a vampire. I'm like, I like vampires, and I get Meta Knight wings, yay! But I can't fly.
Oh.
But you get to customize your combos too. Like my guy gets to go 100 pound through people with his fists. Because I chose brawler. Because I know Pew Pew chose sword, Marcus Shadow chose sword, and everyone knows Richter's probably going to choose blaster because Mega Man, as people said. But we're not going to assume he has to take that. It's up to him, whichever one he prefers. I just took brawler because, as you know, I like going up in games. I like going up close and just punching people.
Yeah, he was kicking the shit out of me before. But it's one thing I will mention. They have severely reduced the jumping mechanics in here. Like, you can't just do anything in the air while you're still in the air. You get maybe 2 jump moves, and then you can't do anything.
Yeah, I'm hoping they have something to swap the controls around, because I don't like the jump being essentially the top button, which is X. I don't like it being the top button to jump, and the bottom button for specials, because that feels weird to go from specials to jump. I don't like that, but that's only a small problem for me.
I want to say you can switch it, because I remember with the 3DS demo, I had a problem with the control, and people said that you can switch it in the normal version, but not in the demo, and I'm like, that sucks.
Yeah, it would make sense. I mean, there are various controller options. It'd be stupid if they didn't have it where you could move buttons too, because if you can read a different, like a Wiimote and a nunchuck or a GameCube controller, which is entirely pointless, and a Wii Pro controller or a gamepad or something like that, you should be able to read different button placements. I mean, come on.
It also can read the 3DS controller. If you have the 3DS version, you can like just do whatever you did on the 3DS with the Wii U.
We're not here to discuss the 3DS. So.
Yeah.
That's not canon. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm only making that joke just because every time you've talked about the 3DS one, you said its only purpose is gonna make you appreciate the Wii U one. Like you hated it that much, and I was like, oh, okay.
Just it felt like it needed more.
More power.
Yes.
It felt like.
Well, you'll get more now. You'll get Mewtwo.
Oh yeah, because that's like, you know, I'm a just Mewtwo tank all the time, day and night.
I'm gonna laugh if they ever bring out. That's what they should do with Mewtwo, so people on the Wii U can unlock him. Make a Mewtwo Amiibo, and if you buy the Amiibo and put it on, then you can unlock him in the Wii U one. So at least you've paid extra content like the 3DS people have. That
would actually be really cool.
That'd be cool.
I know some people would rage, but I'm gonna have to buy an Amiibo of Mewtwo. No, you don't. You don't have to buy it. There's costumes on like Little Big Planet I haven't bought. There's no one's like putting a gun to your head with buy DLC. Your wallet is ready. But I'm really curious, what would Rick recommend gaming-wise for the holiday season?
Hmm.
And no pressure, but you are the X-Pound version of Santa. I mean, you have kids, you know which ones are naughty and which ones are nice. You like to bring presents to people. You make us all smile. You once got stuck in a chimney.
I don't like
Did you get stuck in a chimney?
No, I've never been stuck in a chimney. Although I will admit, once a year, I do go into people's houses, drink their milk, and eat their cookies. So
Shame you're not over here. Then you could drink that wine and eat their mince
there you go.
pies. But no, I love the fact I joked about him getting stuck in a chimney, and Pew Pew's question is, wait, did he ever get stuck in a chimney? Whoa, we're seeing boobs on cam.
Whoa.
She like turned the camera on and just suddenly stuck the camera right in her cleavage.
Sorry.
Someone wants attention.
It's on my camera.
That's how she gets all those hits on her Twitch streams.
It is.
But
All three of them. No.
well, I had 3 the other night. I was so happy. 3 at one time. I was like, wow.
Oh, if I'd known, I would have watched.
I think it was well past when you were asleep, though.
See, you even know when I'm asleep.
I do.
I
I know
just
when
like
you've been bad
Santa.
or good.
Yeah. That's my secret. I'm always bad. No.
Just offhand, I would say, this is gonna sound weird, but if you know someone that like has or has an Xbox One or whatever, they have a starter pack for Project Spark, which has like I think it's like $80 worth of value, but it's like $40. But they recently had it on sale for $20, and I looked into like what all you get, and you actually get a fair amount of the like game stuff. Not like a lot of it because they keep adding to it, but you get some really good chunks with that starter pack. So if you have someone that has an Xbox One, or the Windows 8.1, and they like that game, that would be a good one to get them. Just because I think the part in that looks the best to me is it gives you one of the packs that it gives you allows you to link worlds together, so you can make like like you could have like a ice area, and then you can go into a cave, and the cave's actually its own map, so like you can link them together, and I think that's really cool because then you can make a much more sprawling game.
A link between worlds? They clearly just ripped off Nintendo. Fucking Microsoft.
That's actually I haven't read that yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was real out in the world somewhere.
Yeah, obviously, luckily I had to use. I hate the fact I had to use a fake voice to express sarcasm, but I didn't want people listening being like, "Yeah, good point. He's honest right there."
There's someone.
It helps when you use sarcasm in a different voice than when you speak and say it naturally, because then you can't tell.
Rested my elbow, hand on hand. Really? You don't understand sarcasm? Tell me again how you love British comedy.
It's hard to tell when you say the thing that's sarcastic exactly the way you'd say it when you normally say it.
I know. I hate that when people just say things in completely the same tone, and you can't really tell if it's a compliment or an insult. By the way, nice outfit, Pew Pew.
I hate you.
That could have been a compliment.
You can't see what I'm wearing.
Everyone saw what you were wearing.
What?
You turned your camera on twice. Once at the beginning before we pressed record, and also during the recording.
Yeah, but you can't see I changed since then.
What, since 2 seconds ago?
Every time she goes on camera, she's going to be wearing something else.
Wait, so she changed since like 2 seconds ago when she turned her camera on?
Apparently.
Do you have a phone box near you?
No, I changed to pajama pants. I have pajama pants.
According to the Bible, it's a sin for women to wear pants.
Pajama pants?
I'm just saying, around this holiday season, we should remember the Bible. It does say, in the Bible, it's an abomination for women to wear garments beholden to a man.
I think that's bullshit.
That's actually in there. That's the best part. That's in there. I don't believe in that stuff. I think people should wear whatever the hell they like. I mean, if Richter wants to rop it out in that tube top, go with Rick.
Yay.
2K15 alternate attire, here we come.
Shh, don't ruin it.
Tube
Wait,
top.
they're not gonna. Yeah, they're not gonna hear it anyway. Yes.
Yeah, you need to do that. You need to
HBK
make.
assless chaps and tube top.
You need to make an alternate. You need to make an alternate tire called Wife Blade, and it's just you in a wig with makeup and dressed like your wife. And they're like, "What the hell did you do?" Well, she couldn't make a character this year, so I let her borrow mine. No, I'm gonna make a weird recommendation right now.
Okay.
There are people out there with not a lot of monies, and they can't always afford the latest games, but maybe they feel like their kids may have missed out on some stuff, or families in general. I'm going to recommend the PlayStation Vita. Because on TV here, there is a bundle, and it comes with like 6 to 7 Lego games, and it's cheaper than a 3DS. That right there is a great package for families, and it's got a good back catalogue for you to check out and enjoy and stuff like that, so I'm going to recommend the Vita. Wi-Fi version, because I don't really give a shit about 3G. I don't like 3G, but
I don't even think they make the 3G one anymore, do they?
I don't know. But at least the advert I saw would have been Wi-Fi. But like I said, it comes with 6 Lego games, Rick.
Wow.
Like, let's just assume your kid hadn't got the latest handhelds and stuff. Because let's just assume his dad wasn't the Santa Claus. But if you handed him a Vita on Christmas with 6 Lego games, and told him that when you have your PlayStation Plus on your PS4 and PS3s, that he'd get a free game every month, would he not be like, holy fuck? Would his little face not be lit up?
It would. Although I'm betting at some point he'd ask for Pokemon on it, and then I'd have to explain to him. You see, when a system gets along with a game.
Can I have Pokemon? Sure you can, son. Here you go. And it's just that Digimon Rumble game that's come out recently, but you've just crossed out Digi and put Pokemon.
There you go.
That'd be funny because he's like seeing the show. He'd be like, "That's not a Pokemon. That's Agumon." Be like, "No, that's Pikachu. Shut up and play the game." Pikachu doesn't shoot fire. You don't know.
That's just orange. That's just orange. That's just super. What the fuck was it on Pokemon Black and stuff recently? The Mega Evolution. That's just the Mega Evolution of Charmander.
Yeah, that's an orange Charmander. It's a shiny Charmander.
Yes.
Pikachu.
Metal Greymon. That's just Super Charizard. Oh, okay. I need to keep playing. But no, like I said, the back catalogue, the price, and the package it comes with, great gift for any families and stuff. So check out the Vita.
Cool.
I believe
Do you
it's
have any
pink.
other? Yes.
What's up?
Do you have any other recommendations?
Nothing. We're just recording a podcast. How about you?
No, I mean, like, I another recommendation I would have is, I guess I could recommend the 3DS version of Super Smash Bros. If you don't have a Wii U. Although I'll make fun of you.
I know, you'll be made fun of by the person of her Crazy Taxi was the best driving simulator.
It is. For me.
One day.
I can't tell if Richter said one day as in one day she'll pay, or one day as in we just have one day where she's not like that.
It was more one day she'll understand.
You ruined Black Christmas.
I recommend Professor Layton v Phoenix Wright if you like Professor Layton more than Phoenix Wright. In
case people wonder why I said Black Christmas, it's because we normally film this on a Wednesday, but due to Thanksgiving and stuff, we filmed it on Black Friday. And we're talking about holidays, so I mixed the two together, Black Christmas. Boom. In case people thought, but that's just Kwanzaa.
Nobody gets murdered.
It's also funny because I've had that discussion before, and I've been told Kwanzaa is not just Black Christmas. I don't know. QJ could have been lying to me. I'll have to check my source.
Hey, you got him to show up. That's half the battle.
It's better than most.
GI Mole. I'm not allowed to be GI Mole.
You are.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Alternate costume.
Oh, I couldn't. Crispy's the soldier.
You can be the Cobra Commander.
Yay! But
holiday recommendation. If you know someone that or you yourself really like RPGs, more so older school ones, or if you want to introduce someone who's only played like Final Fantasy 12 to some of the older level stuff, I would recommend for 3DS Bravely Default. That game's pretty good. It does drag on toward the end, but I mean by the point where you get to where it starts to drag out, you've put like 60 hours into the game, so you get your money's worth.
Yep.
Game, and it's very reminiscent of old ones, and it's.
I do like RPGs.
Yeah. Any other recommendations, Mo?
Oh, sorry. Sorry. The way you said that, it sounded like you had more, but it sounded like you thought we were interrupting you and just got sad.
No.
It was like, oh yeah, and if you like RPGs, then yeah, it's sort of yeah, old school. And you hush like you're like a kid sat in the corner.
No, sorry.
I
was just trying to prevent myself from droning on. So it's like, well, what can I say that I didn't already just say?
I thought I made you sad. Yeah, I didn't hurt Richter's feelings. Yeah, but I'd also say be a little savvy. And the reason I say be a little savvy is there are some big hitting games coming out right now and pulling big punches. Like whether or not you like them or not, in the last 2 weeks alone, we've had the Wrestling, Dragon Age, Smash Brothers, Little Big Planet, and more games as well, and like Call of Duty and stuff's already out. But these are all big hitting games that people may want right now, but you may not. But there may be some other games that people have overlooked. Like at the beginning of the year, there was games released, like I believe Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z, which was pretty fun. Came out in January and stuff and may have been overlooked and stuff. So look at what games your kids and stuff have and see what games came out at like throughout the year, because you may be able to get some great deals and offers on games they hadn't even picked up. Like, okay, let's say your kid is a first-time player to Skylanders, and he's like, I want Trap Team or Trap, whatever it's called, Trap Force, and it's sold out. Go pick up the one before. It'll be pretty cheap.
Yeah, definitely. Well, especially with some of the like big games right now that just came out. Especially if they're not going to be invested in the multiplayer aspect or whatever, you're totally better off waiting a couple months. Because I mean, some have already gotten a discount, around Thanksgiving time. Like currently, a lot of them, you can get for like 25 to 40 bucks. But like by the time after Christmas, like at the start of the new year, probably when they have Christmas money, those will probably be on sale again, or the ones that weren't on sale or not much of a sale because they just came out, like Dragon Age. I think some places had it like 10 off, but you can probably get it like 20 off in sales like at the beginning of next year. And yeah, I would definitely recommend that. There were some good ones that came out a few months ago that have been on sale and would probably be on sale again, that they would like just as much. And I would definitely echo Mole's thought, because that's what I do with Skylanders. Is my son, he doesn't he sees Trap Team, but he doesn't fully connect that that's like the new, he knows it's the newest one, but he doesn't quite know the order. So I just it was, I think it was after Giants came out, but before Swap Force was when I got him the original, and he didn't know, and he still loved it and enjoyed it, and I didn't have to go buy the latest one, and I got him one of every element, so I wasn't crazy. That's another thing is don't, especially if you're gonna get something like Disney Infinity or Skylanders, you can plan out which ones to get the most bang for your buck, rather than you don't have to buy them all. You don't have to show your kid the giant checklist with all 80 on there.
You'd be wise if you didn't. What he's saying?
Yes.
Don't do this.
Another good recommendation, in case you're not sure what your kids and stuff or people in general are into, is if you're one of those people that doesn't know much about games, or you wouldn't be watching this if you did, but basically look at how much a game is when it first comes out. Like, say it's $60. Then when you go and buy $60 worth of PSN vouchers or Xbox Live ones or something, so they can choose their own, and as a result they may get some on offer, DLC and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's a good recommendation too. Especially because around now, sometimes you might have to do some digging, but there are sites dedicated to deals. But sometimes you can get, those for like a little bit of a discount too. So Best Buy, I know their site, at least earlier today, wasn't working, but they had like eShop cards for 15% off. So if you're like, hey, if a game is like a Wii U game's like 60 for the digital one, you can get $60 worth of cards, but you'd be paying like $52, or so like you're saving some, but you're giving them enough to still get a game. So
yeah, and that also goes with friends as well. Like, a small recommendation I would say for friends, if it's a friend of yours but you don't quite know all the games they have, I've done this before now, and this is the only benefit I have for these, but go look at their trophy list. That basically shows you all their games they've played.
That's a good idea.
Because I've done that before now, and I was like, I wanted to get the Crispy a Christmas gift of a video game, but I didn't know what games he'd bought, which latest ones he hasn't and stuff. So I went on the Xbox official webpage and stuff, and I just looked at his friends list. Oh, not his friends list. I looked at his achievements and stuff, and they were listed with all the ones he'd played in the last year, and I just went through all of them. I said, cool, he doesn't have this one, or he doesn't have this one. I was like, cool, and I just cross-referenced them. I was like, okay, cool, I'll get him this one. And I thought that was a pretty cool way of going.
Yeah, it does give you a list of games like they're into, like the genre. Like, okay, they bought like every single shooter in the past like 6 months. Maybe another one, Or I guess they bought like a lot of RPGs. Maybe one, genre.
Like, looking down Richter's list, for example, it's like he likes loads of Japanese games. Here's Hello Kitty Online.
Yay.
He likes a lot of games where I'm gonna take their clothes off. Bayonetta.
Yay, that is true. I do.
Yeah.
You watched my stream, no?
He likes games where women take their clothes off. Pew Pew's Twitch channel. Just give him a link.
Yeah. It's favorited, no.
It's written on bathroom stalls all across New York.
Oh fucking yeah.
That almost could be a genre now that I think about it. Because you mentioned that, and I was like, wait, I think I've played like 3 games in the past year that have been like that.
It should be a genre. I mean, what was the other one where you had like the ones where people were popping out babies, or you attack them with their clothes off and they get burned by the sun, or whatever?
Can you stop moving your phone, Pew?
Oh, sorry, I'm not moving it.
It keeps scratching. It keeps going like it's been moved. Oh, thank you. But yeah, she was on about the vampire game you played, Rick, where you got to strip people.
Yeah. Well, there was that, and then I have the ninja game too, and
Skyrim.
Popping out babies like nothing.
Yeah, and Skyrim. Well, that's stripping optional.
I do that to everyone though. That's not.
True.
I even do it to dragons, and it just looks weird though. There's just bones hanging there, and people are like, "Oh, what is that doing there?" And I'm like, "Did you just switch accents in the middle of your line?" Sorry.
Nice.
I like Skyrim, but if I can't poke fun at it.
No, I agree. I always find it funny when stuff does that. It's like I used to be a big Star Wars fan, and the prequels, they do that a lot in the prequels of like they'll go from like English to not English to English within a single sentence. It's like, wait, what? It's just weird, but yeah.
They kind of did that thing in Little Big Planet, that cutscene where like they kept changing costumes every time they changed a different angle.
Yeah. Uh, it's like if for example, with the lists and stuff, like you do benefit with stuff like if you know the TV shows and stuff they watch and the games they like I don't know, if I was to look at Pew Pew's Netflix playlist and then the games she's played this all over the time, I'd totally get her Duck Dynasty the game.
Fuck you.
My friend did that. I asked him to pick up some games at Best Buy for me, and he's like, and he messaged me back. He's like, "Oh, you want Duck Dynasty at GameStop? Got it."
Nice.
I'm like, why is that a thing? Because one of the other message boards I get in, people are just like, "Oh man, Duck Dynasty is on sale, Black Friday. We gotta get that." And I'm like, why is that? How did that become a thing? Just everyone's just like, "Yep, that game."
Yeah, it's because that game it looks like shit on the PS4. It looks like complete crap. It's based on something that shouldn't have a game.
That was my thought. Was when they first announced it, I was like, "There's a game of that?" So,
and it seemed it seemed just like really insulting to people's intelligence. That's a thing. And I'm like, no.
I just thought it was weird that like it seemed like without. It just seemed that like people like instinctively just made that the game to make fun of. And like there wasn't like people trying to do another one. It's like someone would throw out a Duck Dynasty joke about like that's a game, and just people like took like that. It became like the next meme where people are just like, "Oh, the Duck Dynasty game." Just like overnight, it was just like that's the game we make fun of right there.
Oh, I will say the Duck Dynasty game did have one positive. I will give it that. It's the only game I can think of that's been released in the last year or two that has suddenly made Rambo the video game look like a AAA title.
Nice. Did you ever play that Rambo game?
No. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I was like, ugh. I almost did when it was on sale, but I was like, no. No, that's a puppy, but no.
Probably a better choice. I don't drink, and I would say that's a better choice.
Yeah. Oh, I do love my new Christmas beer. It's all cinnamony and fruitcakey and stuff. Oh. And it's stronger than regular beer too, so it's like, oh.
Nice.
We shouldn't be recommending beers on the video game podcast. But
I don't think we recommended it. I think
I did.
Just mentioned it. Oh.
We could recommended Subway.
Hey, to be fair, you should eat fresh. But I do highly recommend picking up Christmas beers if you find them where they're scented like cinnamon and fruity. They're so good. Unless you're under the age of your drinking age within your country. In which case, get the homeless guy outside the store to buy it for you.
I always love that stereotype to get a homeless person to go buy like porn or beer for you.
Yeah, I always love that.
Does that ever work?
No. When I was a kid, when I was younger, what we used to do to get cigarettes and beer and stuff is we used to just ask every adult that went past, and eventually one would go in and get it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, oh, wait, should we ask it? Oh, sorry, he looks like he has a home. Oh, look, here comes Anastasia Laserbeam. Look at the way she's dressed. Clearly, she doesn't have a home.
I have a home. I just paid my rent.
Clearly, she doesn't have a home and prefers the ladies.
Wait, what? No.
Yeah.
She just
recently paid her rent.
I shouldn't laugh, but that is fun.
Did she just hurt herself with that?
I think so.
I'm leaning back and I hit my head on the side of my futon.
God bless us, everyone.
Fuck off.
I just paid my rent, followed by ow. I leaned back and hit my head on my futon.
Why am I still handcuffed? No.
What? Oh my god.
Oh man, poor Pew Pew.
Poor sexually abused to pay her rent, Pew Pew. Poor little whore that could. But no, we're kidding. I know Pew Pew has a job and she pays her rent on time,
Yes.
and I
With
still
money.
say I still say yay, Pew Pew. But I think that's it for the.
Yeah, I think so. We had some good recommendations.
We did.
So,
Then join us next week when we play a game called What's in Richter's Belly Button? If you can guess the colour of the lint, you win an Xbox One.
Wow. Who's supplying it? Because it's not me. Jim.
It'll come out of Pew Pew's wages.
Oh, okay.
No.
It'll come out the Pew Pew jar.
No.
Did you just say that, Stacy? Put a quarter in the jar.
No.
Are you still existing? Put $1 in the Pew Pew jar.
Oh, shut up.
And I'm kidding. I don't think anyone would ever play the game What's in Richter's Belly Button.
I don't think so.
Ew.
But you are giving me ideas to build in Project Spark, so we'll see.
What, is it gonna
No one. Yeah.
pull out the stuff in your belly button? Oh, that looks like a head. Jack could go over there.
No one would play that. I'd be like, "What's in Richter's bed?" Nope, just skip.
What's in the sad belly button today? Hi, Marcus.
Just
Just pull him out.
That's where that was. A Marcus Amiibo. Please tell me that's a yellow stand holding you up.
Nice. No, that was just Andy.
Oh. Bring
I
the
like how you
smoke,
went,
baby.
oh, and you realised what I did.
Yeah.
But no, take us out, Rick.
All right. So there you have it. Some good holiday recommendations from all of us to all of you if you are thinking about some stuff to gift to yourself or the other people in your life. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining us for another XGR. And hope to have you all back next week. And goodbye.